I was wrong. Boy, was I wrong. I was wrong. Like, even if I didn't admit that I was wrong, I was clearly wrong. Like, I said the Dolphins were ready to take over that division from the Buffalo Bills. I was wrong. And I'm not saying it was necessary for the Dolphins to win the game for them to show and prove that they're ready to take the division over. But you could lose a game, but it's a you look at the flow of the game. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh man, they getting them back. They getting them back. But what I saw right there, man, it reminded me of if you ever seen the movie Barbershop, there's a scene where Ice Cube he goes to Keith David's character, and Keith David gives him some money to purchase the land and to buy the shop. Then Ice Cube he has an epiphany, and he goes and says, "Man, I don't want to. Here's your money. Sorry, wasting your time. Can't sell my shop to you. Not for you to turn it to some strip club." He said, "Okay." So as Ice Cube leaves, Keith Davis' bodyguard chases him. He says, "Hey man, you left something." He say, "No, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it." He say, "You left something," meaning the money. Come get your money. The deal is a deal. Come get your money. So he's telling them, "Hey man, come get it." And I don't want it. I don't want it. That's what the Dolphins were like today. Like the division is there for y'all, but you're gonna have to punch these Bills in the mouth. Yeah, they're gonna punch back. They're the Buffalo Bills. You think they're not gonna punch you back? You want something. You want what they have. Man, Dolphins didn't want it. Dolphins did not want it. A cane. I'm sorry, from the chain. He played real good. Number 28. I like that. I like that guy. I think the Dolphins. They need to be more of a run first team. I think they really do need to be more run first team. I'm not saying run the ball 80% of the time, but they need to be more of a run first team. But it's hard to do that when you got two speedsters like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And I get that. People want to see their speed on display, but you're gonna have to run that football, man. Especially when you're playing against a team like Buffalo, you got to be able to run. It was very important for Miami to win this game here, but so I don't think they're gonna win in Buffalo. When do they play in Buffalo again? Like week 13 when it's cold in Buffalo. But that running back number 28, man, that dude can ball. I like him. So whenever they do go up to Buffalo, they do have a running game that they can use, and he was running the hell out that ball. And you know what? Someone that I forgot to mention, and that's my bad because I forgot he was still on the team. Okay, and that's my fault. That is so terrible of me, man. Von Miller, man. Von freaking Miller. As long as that dude is playing and he's playing in Buffalo, they're going to win a Super Bowl. I don't know if it's going to be this year or if it's going to be next year. But what I do know is when he was at Denver Broncos, they made it to the Super Bowl twice. They won it once, but they won it. Went to the Los Angeles Rams, went to the Super Bowl. They won it. He in Buffalo. He was hurt last year, so I didn't mention that at all when I did my NFL prediction on this game here. And had I realized that let me say Von Wafer, I'm thinking basketball, had Von Miller was still with the Buffalo Bills, then yeah, I would have definitely said the Bills was going to win this game. But yeah, those Bills, Josh Allen is looking good. Cook, man, that dude was cooking. But man, Josh Allen was doing Josh Allen type things, and I'm not gonna lie, he looked a little bit better in his throwing. That's what I'm like. Okay, I mean, he's looking good. Looks like he's on his way to taking that next step. All right, and shoot, man, that's trouble. That's trouble for the league. Like I say, his non-throwing hand was supposedly hurt or injured, and he was out there willing and dealing. Now the Dolphins, like their offense at times, it looked real good, but you can't turn the ball over. Tua, you cannot turn the ball over. Cannot turn that ball over, man. Not against that team. A team like Buffalo, they're gonna get points off the turnovers, whether if it's a pick six or they get the ball and they're either gonna score a touchdown or they're gonna kick a field goal. All right, they know how to capitalize off those things, and those things right there that swings the momentum, swings the momentum. You know, but I think when it's games where Waddle and Hill where they can't get open like they normally do, sometimes the quarterback, sometimes Tua, I think sometimes he holds on the ball too long to try to wait for one of them to get open. But man, you got to get rid of that ball quick, man. It was one play where he got sacked. It's like, hey, you could have hit number 23, your running back. But hey, I'm not out there on the field. I'm just saying what I see when I'm watching. He could have hit him. You got to go for that. Go for that short pass. You see, that's what Josh Allen's starting to develop into. Where because we all know he could throw the deep ball, he could throw long, medium throws, but his accuracy on the medium throws and the short throws is starting to get better. He's starting to utilize that. He's starting to spread his wings in his game, and that's incredible. That's incredible for the city of Buffalo, man, for real. But I do, and then also by him not having Gabe Davis or Stephon Diggs, you really like you kind of like if you're on the defense, okay, you're like, okay, who is he gonna throw the ball to? You know what I'm saying? Where's the tendencies? Okay, and it's like he's hitting the running backs, he's hitting the tight ends more. It's like damn, so you got to cover the whole doggone field. But and then you also got to factor in this dude can run. He can run too. But Tua, man, it sucks about the injury that happened, man. That you don't wish that on anybody. But I'm talking before that though, because the game was already out of hand. Maybe they could have made a comeback or whatever, but the game was already out of hand, man. So you got to he has to do better with his decision making. He can make the throws, but it's all about what I've learned as I got older with quarterbacking. It's all about decision making. Decision. What the hell is that? I don't know. It's all about decision making. I don't know what the hell that is. But anyways, decision making is very, very important. You know, you hear Tom Brady, Joe Montana, two of the greatest quarterbacks ever. But yeah, the decision making is very, very key. I understand Tua, he did not slide properly. Um, I mean that's his decision on how he chose to slide. And some people may say, well, it's very quick in the moment. You got to do what you do. But once again, he made the choice to slide the way he slid. All right. I watched Russell Wilson play all the time back in the day. And for the most part, he will always slide, the baseball slide, feet first. You know, he has to, if he's going to continue to play this game, he is going to have to get better at that. The concussion, man, that sucks. What is this concussion number five, number four? And that's a concussion we're talking concussions that's been reported. What about the concussions that are not being reported? Concussion may happen in practice. Concussion may happen in the game, but nobody says anything. You know, because a lot of times, like seriously, can you tell unless it's blatantly obvious when somebody is having a concussion? You know what I'm saying? Like you might not realize this person had a concussion until 2 quarters later, or until the next day or something. You know, or on home when you're on the way home on a team flight or team bus or whatever, or in the parking lot. You're like, hold up, what you say, bro? Huh? You thought this was that? Well, oh, so I mean, man, don't like seeing that, man. Like you saw, like his hands, like his nerves in his hands, they're stiffening up, man, and you hate to see that. You hate to see that. But what's sad is that I mean that's all part of the game. Like none of us are surprised. Like, are you surprised? Like when a player gets a concussion and they're stiffing up, are we surprised by that? We shouldn't be surprised with that, especially with past what 10, 12 years. We've been hearing more about CTE and concussions. We've been hearing more about the what they call it, the Guardian cap, the Guardian helmet. I'm surprised Tua's not wearing that. Isn't that supposed to help protect with concussions? But it's wild, man. Like you got even the announcers, they're acting like surprise, and you got commentators like they're playing. These men are playing a violent sport. People like how are you surprised from concussions? Nobody wants to see that though. I saw Tony Gonzalez, and there were other people saying that Tua should consider retiring. I don't know. That's not my right to tell anybody to retire. Um, the way I look at it, if the team doctors approve approve this young man to play, well then he should be able to play. Um, Cause think about it. Okay. If the team doctor says, "Hey, he is a he is a hazard to his own health. He should not be playing." Then it doesn't matter if Tua wants to play or not. You don't have a you don't have the seal of approval from the team doctors, you know. And hey, you hear stories about other players getting concussions, but it doesn't get put on the report because they don't want that on that person's record, on their medical history. But it's football. Hey man, it's a bad things could happen on the football field, man. Shannon Sharp said it. He says, "Hey, the human body is not designed." Well, no, hold up. I don't think he said that. Hold up. What did Shannon Sharp say? He said that if you ever want to know, if you didn't haven't played the game of football and you want to know how does it feel, like on how football can take a toll on your body, he said, go outside your house, let the garage down, have the garage door down, run into your garage door at full speed, and do that about 50 to 70 times. Okay. Then do that about 50 to 70 times a couple days throughout the week so you can simulate practice. Then do that a few days later to simulate the game. Do it for 17 weeks straight, 17, 18 weeks straight. Then if you make the playoffs, make it to the Super Bowl, do it 4 or 5 more weeks straight. And I believe him. I believe him. I mean, and it's like that still doesn't give you the full feel of it, but it's a simulation. And you know what they say, the human body is not meant to take that type of punishment. But man, we don't want to see these players hurt, man. Hamlin for the Bills, he was the one, he made the tackle, but it didn't look like he made a severe hit. It looked more like he was credited for the tackle, but it's like he was running to get ready to tackle him, but Tua, the way he landed, it almost looked like he landed on Hamlin. But you remember Hamlin, was it 2 years ago or was it last year? You know, hey man, it was possible people thought he was gonna die on the field, man, and he's back out there. I mean, so it's scary, man. Like if I'm like people say, well, if I'm Tua's family members and if I'm his family and friends, I'm telling him to retire. Yeah, but man, like unless the doctors say, hey, this young man medically cannot play, like who are we to say, hey man, you shouldn't be out there be playing. You shouldn't be playing. It's not safe. Well, is it safe for anybody else? Players get hurt. Players get concussions. I wonder what's the percentage of NFL players who have not had a concussion. Because once again, I stand by that. Like just because it's not reported, that doesn't mean it's not happening. People, come on now. Almost every sport, every field, or job or whatever, statistics are manipulated, man. It's manipulated, man. It is. to make one thing look like something else. Now, had Tua slid with his feet, and that concussion would not have happened. The same people who were saying, "Well, I think Tua should have retired," are you still saying that? Because the way I look at it, if you think he should retire after that happened, you should have been the same mindset that he should retire before that, because he has had multiple concussions and was on the field laying down, body stiffening up the same way. Like, do you think that Hamlin should have retired? Like, how can you say, "Well, I think Tua should retire," but you don't think Hamlin should retire? Man. But yeah, I don't know how long he's gonna be out. I'm not sure the severity of the concussion, but man, I just wish we can do just like when you play Madden. Wish we can just turn the injuries off, man. Turn the injuries off. The worst injury, ankle sprain, shoulder sprain, or something. And I'm not trying to crap on ankle sprains or shoulder sprains, but I'm just saying, like, man, it's brutal. But outside of that, man, the game was over before that. The Dolphins, like, I don't think their season is over. You learn from this. You learn from a loss. I think, and then also, hey man, they playing on both teams playing on a short week. That's not good for Miami to playing a team like Buffalo on a short week like that, man. But what I do think is that they're gonna learn from this. And hey, the Bills just have your number, man. And I said this before. It's just like how the Ravens, the Chiefs have their number, the Bills, they have their number, the Dolphins' number. You're not going to be able to beat everybody. You're not. Some teams just going to have you figured out. They're just going to just have that hold over you. You just hope that, hey, man, in the playoffs, you don't have to face that team in the playoffs. You know? Like I said about with the Chiefs, if you're the Ravens, you don't want to face the Chiefs in the playoffs if you don't have to. You're hoping that my Houston Texans will knock them off, which the Houston Texans will knock them off whenever they play each other in the playoffs. But and once again, I stand by it. I think those Chargers gonna knock them off. I think shit. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers won both games against it. Well, they'll probably split it up, but Jim Harbaugh with Justin Herbert over there. Oh man, I think Justin Herbert probably the best quarterback Jim Harbaugh is coaching in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So I think that yeah, that's gonna cause some problems with those Chiefs. But if somebody always got your number, man. Hey, you remember? Hey, for a good period of time, Tom Brady. Tom Brady has the Chiefs number. Okay, Patrick Mahomes' number. But luckily for Mahomes and them, Tom Brady retired. Now he may come back. You know what? Y'all remember a while back they was talking about the owner for the Dolphins trying to get and when Brian Flores was there trying to get Tom Brady. What if Tom Brady came out of retirement? I would not be surprised, man. Come out of retirement, you get to throw to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Oh man, number 28, the chain. Oh man, shit, man. What man? Um, watch out for that. Watch out for that, man. But also, last week, the week before last, a couple weeks ago, Tua, he had this type of energy. He was bringing up the former head coach Brian Flores, and the thing about it, man, is like, hey, you know what? Use that energy to focus on getting better. All right, not just health wise, but I'm talking about playing the game better. So that way you can get to the certain level to where it's like, hey man, you know what? You outplay Josh Allen, and guess what? Y'all gonna win the game 95% of the time. Outplay Josh Allen. Don't let Josh Allen outplay you. Okay? Brian Flores is not there anymore in Miami. I mean, and I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen on more Dolphin blogs and online and comments where people was knocking Tua. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, hey, keep some of that same energy to those naysayers who was within the Dolphins organization or Dolphins fan base who's been hating on you too. All right. But Anyway, share your thoughts. What y'all think about this game here? Like, were you like me and you picked the Dolphins and you were surprised how bad they got beaten? Um, Buffalo Bills fans, yeah, man, y'all still own that division unless the Pats or the Jets gonna do something about it. So we'll see whenever y'all play them. But right now, yeah, y'all still got ownership over the Dolphins, man. Man, yeah, they vacationing in Miami, man. So good job, City of Buffalo. I don't hate y'all. I just didn't think y'all was gonna win. But y'all have Von Miller, man. So shit, man. Y'all liking to beat anybody. You got Von Miller, bro. Sis. But anyway, share your thoughts. Let me know. What do y'all think about? What did y'all think about the Dolphins and the Bills game, man? All right. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Student of the Game Podcast. Peace out.